You're brand new and just getting started in trading. So how much money do you need to get started? What is required to allow you to begin to trade stocks or options or Forex futures, cryptocurrency, whatever you want? How much money? First off, that's a very wise question. That's a question that makes a whole lot of sense. Right off the get-go, one part of it is, well, it depends on your broker and platform. Some brokers have different minimums. Some don't have any minimums at all. So from that point of view, well, it's going to be totally up to the broker or platform that maybe you're looking at. But assuming you're just asking in the sense of, well, just in general, how much money do I need to get started? And I'm going to be kind of shady here, but please just give me a chance to explain. It really just depends. What do I mean by that? Well, it depends on you going in. What are you trying to accomplish? What is your mindset going in? So let me walk you through what it's actually going to depend on. So if this is you right here, there's really two frameworks. There's really two goals that you can go into the market with. Now, like I said, what market, whether that be the stock market or the Forex market or any market, there's going to be two core viewpoints. The first viewpoint is, I don't know, maybe you're scrolling around social media or, who knows where, but you see stuff and it's just bling, 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 bling. I mean, you see all like briefcases of cash and Rolex watches and yachts and cars, and you're saying, wow, that's what I want. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You can go after that if you want. If that is your just core goal, and if that is what you are mainly focused after, you can do that. But that is going to require a lot of money. What do I mean by that? Once again, if you want to chase the Rolex, if you want to go after the fancy cars and all that, whatever floats your boat, I'm not going to judge you. But you need to realize that a Rolex costs a lot of money, right? So the question now becomes, okay, well, how do I make a lot of money? Well, if you think that you're going to get started with $500 and then next month or, next several months, you're going to be walking around with Rolexes while you sit on your beach house yacht, that's just not going to happen. Now, I suppose it could happen in theory, but odds are that's not going to happen. So the way you need to approach it is ask yourself, what do you actually want? So let me keep up the color. So what do you want? How much does that cost? And then look at it like this. So I don't even know how much a Rolex costs, but let's just say you want something that costs tens of thousands of dollars. Well, now it becomes, okay, well, how does it work in regards to getting to that number, whatever that number is that you want? And look at it like this. If you have $100 and you want to make $100, what kind of percentage do you need to return on that? A little math lesson. Well, you would need a 100% return, right? Because in order to get $100, you would have to double your money, which percentage speaking, well, that would be 100%. So to make $100, using $100, you need a 100% gain. What about if you have $1,000? So again, if you want to make $100 and you have $1,000, now what do you need to make? Well, now you have a 10% gain that you would need. What happens if you have $10,000? Again, you want to make $100. Now what do you need? Well, now you need a 1% move. So the moral of this story is, the more money you have, the easier it is to make money. The quicker the money can add up. For this reason, $100 sure becomes a whole lot easier to make if you're working with $10,000. And the easier something is to make, the more you have, well, then you can get up there that much quicker. So how much do you need to start with? Well, I don't know. If you're going down this pathway, I don't know what you want, but just know that whatever you want, find that price tag, and then you can start to run through these numbers and say, well, if I have $500, well, yeah, it's going to take me a very, very long time. But I don't know, maybe a $50,000. Now, the downside with all of this is you could lose that $50,000, which is what I would believe is going to happen because you're going into it with a faulty mindset to begin with. You're brainwashed with all this, bling bling stuff from social media. But there's another pathway you could go down. Maybe you're saying, Clay, no. I want to turn this into a reliable, consistent side hustle. I want this to maybe replace my full-time income. I want this to just be another stream of income. Whatever that viewpoint is, some sort of, model around there. But the big distinction is, but you know what? I get it. That's supposed to be a clock. I'll just put clock right here because that's such a terrible to draw. But clock representing, you understand, you know what? Things take time. Things are not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a lot of hustling. It's going to be a lot of grinding. It's going to be a lot of, but that's okay because I just want to build something that is sustainable. I want to build something that is actually scalable. So from that point of view, in other words, what I would say you are after is good habits. And I assure you, this is not the most popular thing to say, but good habits is what trading is actually all about. Because here's one of the worst things that happens and why I would say, even if you're starting with $50,000, if you're just after all that, and if you're just, I want that, give me the Rolex, give me all that, and you could be making some money, but it's probably not going to be with good habits. And when bad habits are creating the money, eventually those bad habits are going to bite you. And that money, it's not going to go in the direction that you want it to go. But if you're focused on the start, I just want to build good habits. That's it. I don't need a Rolex right now. I don't need anything fancy right now. All I want to do is build good habits. All I want to do is construct a strategy that works for me. And sure, maybe it's making me $5, $20, $50, $100, $75. So of course you're not going to get the Rolex, but where you are getting are good habits. And the powerful thing with good habits is they are scalable. So sure, maybe it's only $25 that you make. But if you can consistently over and over and over again make that $25, well, now you scale up a little bit. And now all of a sudden that $25 becomes $50. And then $50 over and over and over again. And all of a sudden that becomes $200 and so on and so forth. That's the power of good habits. Now the downside, of course, goes back to this, right? It takes time. That's not going to happen overnight. That's not going to happen within a week or within a month. It takes time. But that's why, what is your mentality going in? If you are after the good habits, then just understand that it's going to just take time. But if you are after all that, then as far as how much money do you need? I don't know, $50, $100? Why do I say those amounts? Well, I'll put a link down below to another video where I talk about how you can get started with the $100. And then that video will explain some more. But yeah, you could, now if you want the Rolex and all that, $100, no. If you're after good habits and you want to just build something, $100 is more than enough for the reasons, like I said, I'll put in the video down below. But it doesn't take that much, especially now in this day and age of no commission brokers. And there's different parts of the market that have been introduced relatively recently that make it very, very possible to get involved for very small amounts, as long as you go in with the right perspective, that you're going in for the good habits. You're not going in for all the riches and all that stuff that you see on social media. So how much do you need to get started trading? Well, what is your perspective? What are you after? And that's going to dictate just how much money you need. But if you're somebody that is, I'm here for the long haul, I'm not here to get rich quick, I'm not here for all these materialistic items, I just want to build wealth, I want to create streams of income, whatever that goal is, then it doesn't take that much at all. Because there are many areas in the market, and for time's sake, I'm not going to go into all those areas. You can just click the link down below for the video where I talk about $100, and you can see that, yeah, there are a lot of great things out there that are very, very possible. So let me know down in the comment section, what camp are you in? Are you after the Rolex? Are you after the good habits? And let me know if you have any other questions or anything on this topic. But I'd be more than happy to try to help you out. So leave those comments down below. Hit that like button, check out the channel, and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.